Twitch, you folks out there. How's everyone doing? This is Jason with E7 Forge, and almost no battery, but that's what chargers are for. Your project with GPT, right? How to get some value out of it in terms of, teams we might want to build for hunts. And now we're going to test some of that advice and see if it knew what it was talking about. All right. So, excuse me. Bear with me. I'm just getting going here. PSA, make sure you are doing your Moonlight Theaters so that you can get lots of free mystics. Actually, I'm going to claim mine now that I'm right here and go see if we can go get a BA Barunka. Tell you what, let's actually get one more pack so we can do the full... Oh no, I'm broke. I has no gold, y'all. Where'd all my gold go? Well, I know where it went, but I don't have it. Boy, it'd have been nice if there had been some mystics right there. I bet I don't even have much stigma to sell. I mean, to make penguins to say, I got enough, it's fine. See how much this makes us. Let's see here. Pangu. You go bye-bye. I don't think that's enough for one. But that would be. So we'll go get, like I said, one more pack. And then we'll move on to using our GPT project so that we can create some hunt teams and see if the GPT project advice that was given to us was worthwhile after all. So we're just gonna go into our side stories and get one more pack and watch it. And we're gonna go tappy, tap. Lots of tapping, because you can't actually skip these. And I mean, don't get me wrong, the stories are cool, right? Like, if you've never been to this section of the game, it's literally just like mini movies of stories of the characters, and each one you watch gives you 50 mystic medals, and there's like a bajillion of them. So it's a good way to get some quote-unquote free mystic medals, but you do have to pay for them with gold. I think we saw just now they were like 500k per ticket, so 500k per 50 pack of mystic medals. Usually, whenever I'm quote-unquote farming these medals, I'll just put it on autoplay and leave my tablet going while I'm working or oh, there we go, or using my main account. Okay, so this is gonna be the Barunka pool. We're gonna get it. Where'd you go? Right there, Mystic Summon. Darn, no purple. No purple, but nurple. Oh well. Nice try. 40 out of 200, huh? Got a bit to go. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll take a look at what GPT said we could do. So, we asked it about, are we ready to farm Wyvern Hell? And I didn't think we were, and it agreed with me. It says, I would not call the account Hell Ready. From Master Alone, I would call it Hell Prep Ready. So, saying I have a decent foundation, but I need to get Furious built, develop Mui further, pick my dedicated DPS, and decide what we're going to do with that slot. So before we do any of that, I then asked it, hey, do I actually have a golem team? Because, you don't really typically move into golem until a little bit later in your account. This is a new account, if you're joining me and haven't seen what I've done with this so far. This is an alt account I've created for the explicit purpose of growing with the assistance of ChatGPT, and building the ChatGPT project from the ground up with it concurrently. I have done this on my main account and have gotten tons of value out of it, so I thought it'd be neat to kind of show how you can do this yourself. I have videos on my channel that show how you can set it up, how you can start getting value out of it, and now we're doing some testing. So simply put, I said using master, which if you're just now joining us, master is a reference to a file that has all of our characters and stuff. So whenever I say using master and the roster system, so if you go to this, I said roster, I should have said role, but if you go to this role categorization system, you can see where we came up with a category / tagging system. So if you look, the second column is the category, and the fourth column is the set of tags that belong to the character, right? So we built that, and you know what? Just because I asked it incorrectly, let's fix this. In the role categorization system, do I have a team I could farm for golem, or I could farm golem hard with? Does I? Please give me the answer. So, something to be aware of whenever you're doing this yourself, if you are, you always want to have your GPT model set to thinking, not instant, and if you tap the button down in the chat box next to the microphone, which is a stop button right now, but if you tap into that chat button, no, you wouldn't hit that button. Inside the chat box, there is a button we will see after it's finished that will give you options, but you can actually get to them right here now that I think about it, because there's 2 levels of thinking you want to set. So thinking and then thinking effort you want to set to extended. That's what I was trying to get to. All right, so it's, when you set it that way, it spends a longer time thinking so that it can get a more accurate answer. Whenever you leave it on the default settings of instant, it's just gonna snap, answer, right? And some, it'll mostly be right-ish, but a lot of the problems you hear about, AI usage and incorrect answers and those types of pitfalls are due to a combination of using the default settings and not knowing how to write correct prompts. And we're going to fix both of those with this channel, right? So what did it tell us? You have the pieces for a golem hard team, but I would not call it a full ready farm team yet. Okay, that's fine. So if we're looking at Victorica, Tamarine, Tenebria, and Litica, there's definitely some building we need to do. Excuse me. So just reading through its advice. Right. What I would not do first, I would not default to the built Wyvern units here, right? We all know that, right? Like a Wyvern team is not going to beat Golem and vice versa in general, right? So plausible Golem hard team, but it needs build work. So let's go take a look at the units it's telling us to actually use. So we can start building the shell. And it said Victorica, up front, and Angelica, and Lydica, and Tenebria, huh? Or did it say Tamarin, not Angelica? Duh, right? Yeah. No. Yes. So yeah, Tamarin and Tenebria. TNT in the hizzy. She's just the best. And Tenebria. So let's see if we even have any resources available. That's not the resources I was thinking of. I just like sold all my penguins. Let's go get some more. That ought to be the last set I can buy for now. And I don't have the blooms. Okay. We'll try her at 50. See what we can do. Okay, so let's see if I can at least get her to Awaken 3, get the cooldown, or get her ability. Yep, that's good. No, we're damn it. Okay, so we can go get some flame on. Let's just get these real quick. Tell you what we are actually seeing here is, okay, we have a shell, right, that is plausible for Golem. But it's not gonna beat hard mode with them all at 50, right? Even were I to promote Tamarin to 60. So I don't have the resources to build this team yet, but I'm close. So that's gonna be one of our goals for the short term, right? So let's work with that, right? We're gonna say I'm going to start with Victorica, Tenebriated, and Lydica. I was gonna say Liddy, but we'll just leave it at Lydica. Please update master with your commander with this information as a short-term build goal. I have pushed Tamarin up to 48 and 3 awakened put out of 5 stars. also. And please provide a download link to the new file once done. Because remember, we always want to keep a backup of all the changes that we make. Because as we saw this morning, if you were following along on one of my attempts, the file got corrupted, and that is just something that can happen with files, right? And people. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So another reason you would want to keep backups or would be, if like your sheet starts to drift, your workbook starts to drift, and you realize you don't, like, you made some major change, for example, like you're doing a new rev, redesigning some things. It's good to have, versions to fall back to. So we're going to let it do its update. We're going to see the updated file, and then we're going to ask it for some PvP teams, and we're going to see what we can build out of that. So as the week goes on, I will build out that golem team. A few days I should have them maxed out, and we'll be able to test its advice. Updated items. Let's see what the book looks like. Right. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's so beautiful. Oh my goodness. So, tons of info. I will give a workbook tour in another video, but this is what you can look forward to. And to be clear, if you haven't been following along, I didn't type this stuff in, right? Like, that's part of the beauty of this project. And if you are interested in learning how to do this, again, just check out my channel. So, I like that. So the next thing we're going to do is ask it. Let's start a PvP thread. Aster. Who? What? When? Where? I cannot do caps lock. Master. Wait a minute. There you go. To build a few PvP teams. 1, give me a flag arena push team that is already built per info. Oh, you know what? Before we do this, we have some homework to do. Shoot. I wish I would have done that. Let's, I don't know. So, what I need to do is get that updated spreadsheet into the file sources for the project. But I don't like to do that on stream on my tablet because I have to share personal info. So we're going to do a workaround to get there's basically 2 sets of information we need it to merge, and we're just going to ask it to do that on the fly as opposed to updating the file. I will update the file offline, and it'll be all in sync or whatever. So we're going to say a push team that is already built per information in master and the role categorization thread. Also, give me 2 teams to build towards based on pulled characters regardless of development status. 3, identify 1 to 2 units of each category that I should prioritize building for when I move into RTA. So let's see what it comes up with. So it just gives us a quick, here's what I'm gonna do, guy. So in other news, on my main account, I was quite excited today because I hit Triple S Plus on challenge mode in Death Dealer Ray with a level 50 Chaos Sect Axe. That was pretty sweet. And that allowed me to finish the Orbis Guide level 3, which gave me 5 light tokens and 5 dark tokens. Now, not your super spiffy fancified token, or I say tokens, whatever, summon tokens, whatever. Not your 4 to 5 star ones, but your just basic 3 to 5 star ones. So I get 1 light pull and 1 dark pull. I do my light pull, and guess who freaking drops? That's right, B.A. Barunka. I was freaking excited. I was like, just a random ass pull, and I've been trying to get Barunka on both accounts for a while now, and she finally arrived, and the circle was complete. Okay, found the main constraint. The current master has investment state, but yeah, right, it is blank. I know that. We are going to fix that. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to drop them in chat, or if you'd like to see me ask the system any questions, by all means, give me suggestions. If you would like to do this yourself and you need help, I'm always available. Feel free to shoot me a message. You can find my videos on Twitch and YouTube. So let's see what it came up with. Flag Arena push team already built. That's close to what I'm running already, except I'm running Estelle Melly Belly in place of Ambitious Tywin, which honestly, if you think about it right, that's just a fun pick, right? Like, AT is probably the better unit. He's pretty damn good in PvP, and Estelle is, as of yet, unproven, and is, from what I'm gathering, is being relegated to more of a niche role. But regardless, I'm having fun with her. But my point is, it's not exactly giving us bad advice. And when you think about the goals of this type of setup, they're twofold. One, I want to be able to help new players, get information to help them make informed decisions, right? It doesn't mean it's going to be right 100% of the time. It is AI. I'm going to do my best to teach you how to, get good and accurate results. But at the end of the day, it's helping you make decisions, right? So help the new player, but also help new and intermediate players learn more about the game. So going through this process, like, I've learned how to evaluate gear much more effectively and quickly on the fly. I've learned how to evaluate team comps and builds, and I've gotten tons of value out on my main account out of it. So, that's going to be the goal of a lot of these videos, showing you how you can get some of that value, and hopefully you learn just as much as I did. So when we look at the team that it says we should be running for our Flag Arena push team, I don't disagree with that. And we'll do some with AT just to see what it does. But you can see it gives us tips on how to use it. So it's not a safe turtle team. It's a Harsteady tempo control shell. Tries to make enemy speed investment matter less. Disrupt their first rotation, then let Salome sets go in through pressure. Sounds like a solid plan, right? Gives you some advice not to run into. But we did ask it also, right? Teams to build towards. So Crow, Ronan, Landy, Mort, Senya. Interesting. Those aren't rock stars, right? By any means, it's not who you see pushed. But they are some old faithfuls. So they're worth considering. I don't know if I'm going to take the advice, but Tempo Push, Pyrosaline, Orbi, Setska. Yeah, I mean, that's a fun one. RTA build priorities by categories. So this is it telling us so that's what it is, right? We had it. We're constrained by the characters we have. So like whenever it tells us these two teams, the reason it's saying use those characters is, again, because that's what we've pulled, right? So it's got to work within those constraints. So it didn't quite listen to me. See, no, I guess that's the right amount of categories. I'll have to cross-check that. But build priority order for RTA prep. I don't know that I agree with that. And this is where, you want to be pushing back, right? Like, let's fact check it. Are you being oh wait, no, duh. I'm saying like, I'm asking it, who should I be pushing? Okay, I'm answering questions as in my head as I'm talking. Bear with me, guys. I'm sorry. So what's going on here is, it thinks by push, it means for me to develop like as a character, right? Like these characters would be sitting at level 5, level 1, 5 stars, 3 stars, whatever, not developed, and I need to push them into development. So from that perspective, it answered my question. But what I really was after was also like, who should get the gear, right? So let's refine the concept of whom to push for RTA to primarily encompass prioritization for gear, not push as in develop. It's safe to assume that any character I use in RTA would be fully developed. So you do have to give it sanity checks, right? That's part of the goal of these videos, kind of point out some of those areas where you want to fact check it, and when you do these types of things, like that's how you get better information, right? If you just take the answers that it gives you, just face value in any scenario that you're using AI, you're going to run into problems. You're going to run into the pitfalls that everyone always complains about when it comes to AI. By giving it this whoa moment, it now understands what I mean whenever I ask, who should I be pushing, right? So now let's see who the candidates are. So see, that's a lot better. Yeah, now we're starting to see some of the pieces at least taken into account. And again, like it's pushing Rowanna because like I need someone for that priority support role. I don't have anybody to fill it right now. So she is actually, serves both definitions of push, which is to, push as in develop the character and push as in gear the character. So let's take a step back and look at, what we did here. So, you know, we started our project right here, you know, if you're just catching up, and we asked it, hey, go create, you know, this project, and suggest some threads that we want to use, suggest some sheets that we want to use in the workbook, build it all for me. So we built a file index, we have our files, we've started building threads, and we now have the beginning of a PvP thread. So I think that's, you know, we're at 30 minutes. That's a pretty good cutoff point for getting some value out of this system. We have some goals for the week. If there are any questions that you want to see answered by the system, by all means, drop me a line and we'll go over some of those. I'm going to update the workbook, and whenever I say update the workbook, I'm just going to upload it here, and then I'm going to go to my file index and I'm going to say, hey GPT, use roster underscore v1.xlsx as master. And then for all threads in the context of this project, whenever I use the word master, it knows that I am referring to that actual spreadsheet. So this has been Jason with E7 Forge. I hope, you know, I've given some value here. If not, well, you know, thanks for hanging out anyway. Drop me a line, drop me a sub, drop me a like, drop me whatever you want. Have a good one. Thanks. Bye.